Okay, we are now live, and yep, live. I don't know if the shares push through. It's supposed to have shared 4 times already. I'm going to do the one tip. Okay, it's shared 4 times. I'm going to do the one more share, and then we are going to start. So, okay. Posted in 4 groups. Perfect. Now, the one group that I always post to. Okay, more options. Share to a group. MTG. Okay, so there we go. Once we get that share through, we can begin. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Also did my alert box and my chat box is not on. Now turning it on. I hope I did not miss anyone there. I'm gonna actually have to take a look at the regular stream data. Nope, I didn't exactly miss anyone. So there we go. We're just starting off right now and all that. So again, hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today, well, usually I do the draft challenge if I have some amount of confidence. I would say I am pretty confident with everything with all the drafts we've done so far. Not always perfect, but I feel like we've learned enough, and I figured this is probably a good time to give it a shot. Before we do begin, I do want to note that a lot of things has changed recently compared to the last time I drafted. I did a little research on 17lands.com. Turns out that blue's always been up there, but white has been gaining stock recently. It looks like if people are really overdrafting black, white is the next best color there. Red, it still follows with red. Green is still a problem one because it takes a while before you get to their best common. You pretty much are reliant on rares and uncommons at that point. But we'll keep an open mind. We'll see what we get. But I probably should still be careful. Also, we do have okay, we actually have a nice reaction in the share, but it looks like the feed is broken slightly. I'm gonna have to take a look. I'm gonna have to take a look at that one. Let's see. Yeah, Jericho Ilagan, thank you for sharing the stream, and also and most likely thank you for giving a reaction as well. I hope the mini feed is not broken. Yeah, it's a little bit on the weird side. Yeah, the mini feed's a bit weird today, but I did turn on the alert box and the chat box. It should be working properly. Anyway, you know what? Without further ado, let's just cash in right now. Let's just start. Yes, I'm sure I want to purchase this item. Am I sure I'm gonna do well? Fingers crossed. We'll see. Okay, so yeah, let's. Okay, there's also okay, something's wrong with Streamlabs today. There you go. Okay, there you go. Tim Sopcac has liked. Tim Sopcac has shared the stream. Thank you very much. I'm wishing both you and Jericho a great week. I hope everyone is doing okay. Yeah. Okay, that was very weird. It looks like I wanted to try the challenge, but I don't have the gems or gold. I hope so too, because it's not easy to come along with these gems. Thank you also Cody Moilenberg for sharing the stream, and oh no. This is cursed. I have the full playset also, so now I need to decide what to get next. But yeah, thank you very much also Cody for sharing the stream. So we know blue is the next best thing, but I don't really want to get Phantom Carriage because it's way too late. There's Vengeful Strangler, which is not the best uncommon there. I could probably take it and start speculating on black, and technically if we pass on blue, it's not too bad. These are not the considers probably the best pick, followed by Storm Rider Spirit. Nothing great in red, nothing great in green, nothing great overall. We are in trouble. But you know what? We'll start by staking our claim on black, I guess. Always start in black. Hey, Curse of Leeches. So that's a good follow-up. Oh, wow. The problem is now we're passing a lot of good blues, so we might end up having to do Black X. I'm actually surprised that Neonate's Rush was the top common. It does make sense. It does draw you a card. I will give it that. I'm hoping that we kind of get something back, but I'm probably not so sure. I'm actually kind of hoping we do get the white-black. I just resumed playing my burner account to focus on drafting and see how high I can get with gems earned only on drafting. How are you... I'm actually very curious on that. How are you doing with that one? Okay, at the beginning of your end step, if an opponent lost life this turn, when does this... At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep. Okay, so... non-bo on the timing here. We can stay in black just by taking the Blood Thief. We're only passing an Elementalist. Sunrise Cavalier is great, but we are not in white-red. I'm hoping we could get some good white back at this point. We are taking a risk by staking our claim solely on black. Okay, now we have a good reason. Oh wow, this is tough. We do have a good reason to get into red between Hungry for More and Vampire Socialite. Joel P. Alheli, thank you for liking the stream. And see, Tim Sokak, I just started last night, 6-0 so far, starting... Well, doing 6-0 from Bronze 4 is actually a very solid start. I'm actually very concerned now. What do I pick here? I can just keep staying in black, but between the Curse of Leeches and the Stormkirk Blood Thief, we are very aggro. I might want to start staking on black-red. And we get punished. Well, not quite. We do have a Novice Occultist. I might just take the Shipwreck Marsh just to finally get a copy. It's not a winning play, but technically nothing here is winning. Novice Occultist is the best, which is... Yeah, we'll take the Shipwreck Marsh. This is a super greedy play. Please don't copy this at home if you're serious about winning. But I do have other... Yeah, I do like going for Vamps also. Now, I just wish we had something very good to follow up here, because Bat Whisper is not a great follow-up. Neither is Pax Betrayal. There's the Morkut Behemoth. Yeah, all of these are meh picks right now, so we are in trouble right now. I think I might just take the Bat Whisper. Just stick with the Vamps. Oh, you would have taken the Occultist? Yeah, I got greedy, I'll be honest. I could also get equally greedy and get my another Galvanic Iteration, but nothing is really good here at this point. There is Locked in the Cemetery, but it's one of the worst pieces of removal. I would not really count it. There's a Pax Betrayal, which is fine. It wins games from nowhere. Okay, you know what? Let's give our person a Galvanic Iteration. Okay, so we probably end up taking the Brimstone Vandal. It does have good timing with us, at least. I would rather have that over Stolen Vitality, at least because we need creatures for the most part. Yeah, I think we could take the Stolen Vitality because it's interesting in a way. It's very good both offensive and defensive. Yeah, let's give it a try. Also, who can resist such a creepy grin? Okay, now everything goes to heck here. I don't really want the Duress, although I might take it. It's really Mounted Dread Knight, but it's probably the worst pick here. Nobody really wants this guy. Well, I don't want the Duress either. And wow, the blue slightly underpicked, but I can understand why nobody really wants. We could splash for the Corpse Cobble, but not really. We'll take the Rotten Reunion here. White is underrepresented, which it is concerning. So as far as the draft goes, we are in trouble unless we can hit good cards in the next pack. Vitality, perhaps you could go spells with the Festival Crashers. That is an alternate plan. I will keep that in mind. Wow, blue is so open here. If I stick with black-red, the correct pick is Midnight Ambush. Do I want to pivot to blue? Let's see. If I go... because I have a Corpse Cobble and a Shipwreck Marsh. If I go away to blue because there's a Firmament Sage, there's an Organ Hoarder, there's a Falcon Abominate... You know what? No. We'll stick with the black because there are too many good blue picks. We're not gonna... unlikely to get any of these back. And we might as well solidly... And because we're solidly in black anyway, we might as well go for that one. Okay, I don't need another... Well, I could use one, but I don't need another one quite yet. There is a foul play, which is always good removal. Village Watch is too expensive for what I want. Famished Fortress is fine. Silverbolt is fine. I guess we could take the foul play. It's still quality removal. It's just... And it does draw us a card. Air quotes. So... Also of note, when I did the math on how much we need to do, we just need to win at least once we kind of break even with the token. But preferably we win at least more than once. 3 times is actually more than enough profit when you get the moment you get the second draft token. That's fine. Also, we have to remember that this is draft challenge, so we actually have to... Ooh, wow. There's a pitting needle, but I don't really need it. Okay, so I need to choose between another foul play or my first festival crasher. We are solidly in black. I'm definitely thinking of taking the other... The caveat here is that against certain matchups, the foul play is a really big miss. But Festival Crasher is not very exciting either. We'll default with foul play because at least it's removal. We do have 5 spells right now, so Festival Crasher is fine too. We'll start with the foul play for now, but I can understand taking the other one. We're definitely taking Siege Zombie. 2 mana 2/2 is always fine here, especially if we're trying to go really aggro. That's a solid pick here. Hey, we got Cathartic Pyre, so we are getting our removal suite in. There's another Festival Crasher here, which makes sense. No one takes those cards early. Oh, Moonrager Slash also. We are getting the spells now. So okay, Moonrager Slash. Ooh, yeah. We'll experiment, see if the Crashers come back, but definitely taking the spells for now. I would like to take a Burn the Accursed, but we probably would want to wait that later. Also need to be careful. We are very heavy in non-creatures right now. We probably don't want the Rotten Reunion anymore at this point. Probably don't want the Pax Betrayal either. Okay, we're definitely taking Vampire Interloper. Best aggro creature. Definitely Crasher if it wheels. Yes, definitely if it wheels. The Stolen Vitality loses value here, but the Lamphold Harrier does not. I definitely prefer it over Voldaren's Stinger because... Okay, we didn't get the first one back. We did get Famished Foragers, which is fine. We could probably cut the Mounted Dread Knight. We got the Mystic Skull. Not really want another Plummet. We'll take the Mystic Skull. Yeah, it looks like it's not coming back, but that's fine. So it looks like there is a solid red deck red deck along on the table here. I don't mind prioritizing black over red right now because at least most of our creatures are in black. That might change over time, but so far it looks like most of our best cards are black. Also, I really like our curve. It's a huge spike here. It might allow us to go for the 16 lands. And another Stolen Vitality, but we probably don't want to run more than... Oh wow, this is perfect. Oh no, this is a tough one. I have to choose between Flame Channeler, Super Aggro. We do have how many spells that deal damage? 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's a bit of a mixed bag. And we have Dreadhound, which is... I think we take the Dreadhound. It's literally the mythic uncommon. It's the best 6-drop. It's a bit awkward, but it even dodges Burn the Accursed, so we definitely have to take this one. Shame we're passing on Old Stick Fingers, but if we were heavier in red, I would consider the Flame Channeler. We're definitely taking good doggo. Oh wow. Okay, we got Realm Colorus, we got the Defenestrate. We can take a Spell Rune Painter as a payoff. As far as our hard removal is concerned, we actually don't have much in the way of hard removal. That's a concern as well. But we don't have much in the way of creatures either. What is our other non-creature spell? 1, 2, 3, for Stolen Vitality. We probably cut that one. I think we take the Spell Rune Painter actually, but that one's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, we got another Midnight Ambush. We got another Siege Zombie. I think we do take the other Midnight Ambush. We probably also need to start taking... We need to start taking actual werewolves so that we can trigger the Night Day by ourselves. Okay, there's a real Siege Zombie. There's a Harvest Infiltrator. Are we likely to have enough creatures? Yes, we are. Are we likely to have enough... I'm actually gonna... I might pass on the Siege Zombie. I'm gonna take the Harvest Tide Infiltrator. We need to have a few ways to trigger, flip the Night Day thing. Got another Cathartic Pyre. Now, here's me hoping that the Flame Channeler comes back, and there's an Ecstatic Awakener. This one's the best common for black, as far as I'm concerned, so we probably should take that. Yeah. It's possible that they have non-red spells, which is a thing, so blue-red is a very good combo for that. Nothing really for us. I don't even want to raise the effigy. Just take a rare. Actually, if you think of it, we don't have much in the way of good rares. We now take a Brimstone Vandal because it's another way to get day-night early. We are curving. Our curve is actually still fine. We'll take that. And there we go. Ooh, no one's in black-green, which does make sense. I do want to take a Burn the Accursed, though. It's a bit of a stretch, but I probably have to take it. This is best of 3 anyway, so at least have some options. I probably don't want to run this main, though. Technically, we could run it main. We could run at 16. That is one option. Spellcaster. Yeah, I guess this is the part where it is fair because of the delay I get in the stream. I won't get everyone's comments immediately. Ooh, this is a bit sketchy for me now. I think my black-red is... Oh yeah, this is very sketchy. It's close to even. Also known as a very bad thing. I now need to see if I should lean towards red instead, which is actually possible. Like the only really good black card is the Dreadhound. I can lean this more towards red. We'll take the Duress also. We could use one sideboard card. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna lean this towards red, so that should be better for us. In fact, we might sideboard the Foul Plays. Let's see. So let's move the Voldaren Stingers in. Let's move the Burn the Accursed in. 16 and 10. So I probably want to cut some spells. I probably want to cut... I want to cut the Foul Plays because we have the Midnight Ambush. And I want to cut another black card. It's either the Blood Thief or the Bat Whisper. How many vampires do we actually have? 7. So it's fine. We could cut the Famished Foragers actually, but that's a red card. I really want to cut the black card here. Vengeful Strangler is probably the best bet. It's a combo with Ecstatic Awakener, but it's also the weakest card in the bunch. Yeah, let's cut that one. Yeah, definitely want to lean it closer to... In fact, I could just go at 9-7, go 16 cards, we'll add the Stolen Vitality. So super sketch, 15 and 9, but 16. But we kind of have ways to draw cards. Let's actually double check. We have 2 Cathartic Pyres, that kind of counts. We have Ecstatic Awakener, that does draw a card. Famished Foragers kind of draws us cards. We do have a plan. So I'm willing to give this one a try. We'll make this as a decent starter. Okay, so yeah, this is So there is some concern here. But then again, it's worth a shot. We just need to get at least one win. Let's see how well we do. Let's also see what's a good... That's a good one, I guess. Okay, and here we go. Remember that these are all best of three matches. So if things go really south, I can cut out a lot of the red, shift towards black. So we do have some plays around. We do have a jack-o'-lantern if, for some strange reason, I decide to splash the corpse cobble. Super unlikely. Yeah, I think I could have drafted a little more blue in case that became an option, but it looks like the draft went solidly along one line. Maybe I should have focused more on red than black, but all things considered, this is a reasonable start at least. Again, fingers crossed that we do reasonably well. I am a bit concerned somewhat, but you know what? No pain, no gain. Let's see if we can do it. Wish me luck, everyone. First of all, I need luck in finding an actual opponent. It's been 1 minute. Let's press cancel. Let's see if that oh no, never mind. We got an opponent. Also interesting. Oh no, we did not get an opponent. Looks like a technical disconnect. So that's fine. Well, let's see how it affects. It should not affect our standings. Yep, does not affect our standings. Let's try again. Sometimes that happens. Usually it's called somebody hiccuped in the internet. Actually, I just learned that undersea cables are really thick only because of the amount of armor plating they need. Turns out that undersea cables are favorite shark targets because the electricity makes it feel like there's fish. Now this is very sketchy as a two-lander, but we have both our colors. We have a 1-2 start, so I'm gonna kind of go for it, fingers crossed. But I can see this. I should actually do the math here. We have 16 lands, so 14 left. 14 over 33 is technically less than 50%. So this is admittedly sketchy. I should, under normal circumstances, I probably wouldn't keep this. But then again, there are many ways that this could get worse, and we do have a 1-2 play. Opponent does take a mulligan, so we have a slight advantage-ish. Okay, so it's now 14 out of 32. Shipwreck Sifters. The opponent discards a spirit. Our opponent's in blue-green, so green is technically the weakest color, but our opponent could be in the flashback, especially with cards like Shipwreck. Oh no, they discarded the land. Okay, now we have an interest. Also, this is +3/+1. We're gonna swing with both, see what our opponent does. If our opponent goes for the block, we just do the Stolen Vitality. So we do need to note that I have to consider draw 2, discard 2 with this. If we draw a land, I'll skip it. Nope, we did not draw a land, so we will do the draw 2, discard 2. We might actually have to do it now. Actually, discard 2, draw 2. Let's see. Definitely discarding these. Well, I do like having Harvest Tide Infiltrator because we do need it to trigger Night Day. And because what does this do? Plus, it's a 2/2 that becomes a 3/3. Yeah, we'll discard these two. Okay, we hit our land. And we hit another way to trigger Night Day, so Pretty much the plan is to just keep beating up top first. We might just do Brimstone. Okay, Gale Drifter. That should elicit a trade. Our opponent can disturb it next turn, but I'm kind of fine with that, actually. Now, another thing we could have done is swung with the Voldaren Stinger also, see if we... and threaten to just pay. Yeah, I don't mind trading Interloper for a 4-drop. It's not like it's gonna block anyway. 2-lander opening the Shuffler is fine. No, to be fair, I would have been Sketch also. Opponent does have the sighting. I might just let it flip to Knight. Force our opponent to cast the 2 spells. Yeah, we're gonna let it flip to Knight. We could pump this to make it a 3-1, though it doesn't have first strike. Opponent... It's hard. Tap that creature, and that creature doesn't untap. That's fine. So let's see if our opponent goes for the second spell. Because in theory, I can just block with the Voldaren Stinger, then cast my own Moonrager Slash. Also, it's a 2 mana. Let's see if our opponent has it. Nope, they don't have it. So, decent trade. Opponent cast the Pestilent Wolf, so we will get a flip. Okay, we need one more land for Dreadhound. Now we are gonna force our opponent to start flipping. Or at least keep casting spells. Gale Drifter's fine. Opponent probably... Oh, wow. Okay. Trample is... Okay, a Trample, this is a 4-4. It's fine-ish. Because I can swing with these... I could swing at the Brimstone Vandal, force a trade. At least force a double block. I will probably be able to take out the Pestilent Wolf that way. Actually, you know what? Let's make our opponent concerned. Let's just drop this now. Ooh, we lost some lands. I can actually swing with... Hold on, let's see. Whenever a creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from the library. So I can swing with this one, start encouraging trades at this point. This is very sus. Is there a 1-mana green combat trick? I know there isn't. I'm trying to remember if there is. So that should be 4 triggers. Now here's the thing, at least it's a 6/6, so our opponent needs to have a big creature to tangle. So far everything it looks like it's just Disturb and Flashback, so we might be able to keep punching that one. Opponent goes for Dead Blessing, sure. Goes for a Scab Wrangler. This is the best blue uncommon. I might just wait a bit. Like, our opponent could just play another one, then just force tap. I'm actually gonna just play it now. Because at least this way, if our opponent can either goes to tap the Dreadhorde, this one gets through. If our opponent goes to have blockers for this one, opponent's not been able to grow their Shipwreck Sifter somewhat. So opponent is in a catch-22. So they either tap down the Dreadhound and take 2. Yeah, we'll keep this one because... Or... Our opponent can start getting extra creatures. There's a lock in the cemetery. So, locks down the Dreadhound for good. But the combat trick still works. I think they... Oh, they don't have... Forgot it has Menace. So... Let's save the Midnight Ambush for one big trick. Our opponent's gonna now just attack with one. Oh, they're going to attack with all 3. Okay. Okay, we're taking 6. That they're signaling they have 2 blockers. Do they have 2 blockers? They don't have 2 blockers. Hold on. Oh. They have a Revenge of the Drowned. Okay, that's fine. Hold on. This is dice or is put in the graveyard. Definitely want to put it on top. Yeah, read the question if you're not sure. So yes, I want to put it on top. We draw into the Vampire Socialite. Let's see if our opponent swings with the Decayed Zombie. Probably not. Also, James McMillan, thank you for now following us. I hope you're enjoying what's happening now so far. Opponent now being very conservative. Candlelit Cavalry. Okay, that is their last card though, so we will definitely just nuke it right now. Takes them down to 1. If I can get an Ecstatic Awakener... Oh, this game. I don't like having to show the double Midnight Ambush, but we do need to win right away. So there we go. That's our game 1. Opponent is very aggro very quickly, so all of a sudden the foul plays are looking better. Now we have to note that there are a few duds, so it's possible to miss. Would I want to cut the Voldaren Stingers for it? Probably not. I could say cut the Stolen Vitality, add a foul play. Being able to investigate will help a bit. So it's closer to 11-14, but I do not want to go 8-8. The Burn the Accursed is very slow though, so what I could do is I can cut the Burn the Accursed for that. Actually no, let's not cut the Burn the Accursed. They do have they do have targets for... We do have good targets for it actually. So still running 7-9. We are cutting it a bit closer. I could say cut a... No, I'm not cutting the Siege Zombie. Not cutting this one. Pax Betrayal doesn't have really good targets. Stolen Vitality is fine-ish. We'll go with this. Pax Betrayal may also be fine. We will have a game tree for that. I guess it's fine if our opponent hits their green targets. It's just that our opponent played so many blue targets. And all of them are very soft. That's why the foul play was fine, but the foul play was fine, but the others were not so fine, I guess. That's kind of the logic I'm going with. Yeah, okay, definitely keeping this one. Turn 1, turn 2, optional turn 3. Let's see. Shipwreck Sifter, so we are not... No early swing. Okay, that's... Opponent discards land. Also note that I can activate this only once each turn, but I don't have to activate. Okay. Interesting decision to make. I don't like sacking the Lamphold Harrier though, but I don't like sacking anything else. What I can do is I can play Harvest-Tide play the Brimstone Vandal or Harvest-Tide Infiltrator, get the Day-Night going. Also gives us a decent blocker for this guy. I could also swing and threaten, but that feels really poor. Opponent, you know what? We will swing though. Let's see what our opponent does. Yeah, of course opponent takes. We'll just run the Harvest-Tide Infiltrator. Let's start the Day-Night going. Opponent does another Shipwreck Sifters. Yeah, so where are our foul plays? Ooh, now they've grown. And the Scab Wrangler to follow. Let's see how our opponent responds. If they just tap 3, I will swing with 1 card. They don't, so I'll swing with 2. Let's see how our opponent blocks. Our opponent could also initiate a double block, in which case I could just... Oh, they're going for a triple block. We give up. We do this anyway because it's still card draw. Spell Rune Painter. That's fine. So we're going to take a bit of damage on the Crackback. But now we get it tonight. We can actually just drop Spell Rune Painter as a 3-4. So we're kind of fine as is. Like, opponent just what? Drops a 2-2? Yeah, they just drop a 2-2. Okay, we have options now. So, let's see. Definitely swing. Hold on, we can also... I can also do Famished Foragers into Bat Whisper, which gets us a hefty board, but it flips the Harvest-Tide Assailant and it knocks out our removal. I could also just play Bat Whisper, it just gives us a blocker, and we might be fine with just that. Not too sure if that's correct. Shipwreck Sifters might be the more correct one. Opponent is loaded for bear. Oh, they have a... Oh, just Witherborn Blessing. So... Cast Flashback, swing for 8. No, we... choose to take 5. Yeah, so maybe that was not the best use of our removal spell. We did hit Day though. Only 5 mana. Ugh. I might need to cast this just to have a 4-3 to block this, to block all this stuff on the ground now. Wow, so they have multiple copies of Winterhorn Blessing. Yeah, so let's keep that in mind. They have multiple copies of that, so we want more removal. We don't exactly want to have this many creatures. Okay, so now that we know that's our opponent's play, we will add the other foul play. We will cut... We'll cut the Famished Foragers is still fine, but we probably will cut that one. Stormkirk Bloodteeth loses some value there. The Pax Betrayal is starting to look better. I'll agree. So we'll add that in. Siege Zombie still fine. All the 2-drops are still fine, so the 3-drops are the questionable one. At the beginning of your end step, so Stormkirk Bloodteeth is still very good. Although we are down to 6 vampires, so we probably should cut something that's not a vampire. Spellrune Painter might be better than the Harvesttide Infiltrator in this case. We'll cut that one. Yeah, so looking, it's a bit scary now, especially since we know our opponent has a highly tuned green-blue deck. Okay, we'll keep this one. Turn 1 Voldaren Stinger, then keep the pressure up with Foul Play and Spellrune Painter. Opponent takes a mulligan, so that's good news for us. I might just lead on the double red for no particular reason. We have to probably spend these on removal spells now. I might... Oh, opponent is taking a while, so I might actually just... Let's drop this one. Opponent will drop a spell at this point. So I might... so I need to decide between holding a card... No, we'll Foul Play. Because it's 2 mana and we can just crack a card afterwards. And +1/+1 is not too bad. I'll take it. Let's see if our opponent has a follow-up creature. Shadow Beast Sighting's quite big. So we will draw a card. That's what the Burn the Accursed is for. That's for sure. Wow, we're drawing a lot of red here. We do need to nuke this one. One is to 1 removal. Go! Yeah, I kind of want to play the Socialite, but we will probably need to do it in conjunction with Cathartic Pyre. Ooh, Drownyard Amalgam. So... Big beats. Also very interesting. Oh, I hate doing this, but... Hold on. So we have to swing first. And Vampire Socialite. So Voldaren Stinger is a threat. Spellrune. Our opponent needs to have an extra blocker. Wow, we emptied our hand very quickly there. Whew! Now, yeah, that was very scary. But our opponent was playing 1:1 threats, so... Having all the extra answers really helped us there. Opponent needs to play back-to-back removal, but... Yeah, it might be... It's kind of sketch. Pestilent Wolf, that's 1 piece. Witherborn Blessing. Holds back as a blocker. Watch our opponent tilt. Yeah, there we go. Back-to-back removal. I probably need to do the... I probably need to redo that Usher picture again with the Let It Burn song. Whew. That was a tough one, but we got our 1 win. So technically we broke even. Am I happy enough with that? Not quite. Let's see if we can do at least 1 more. But ideally, we want to get at least a total of 3. Ideally, 3 wins. That's more than enough in terms of draft tokens and packs. But let's keep going. Let's see how far we can go. Also, that was just our first match. You could have shot that opponent for the final 3. Yeah, but well, it was the win either way. Our opponent yeah, we had multiple plays. Oh, now this is super sketchy. Black is our minor color, so The odds of us drawing are really low. I actually got into a discussion with someone because of that. Also doesn't help that it's 2 removal spells and no actual action. Our opponent took a mulligan, so we will also take a mulligan. This is a lot better. We can do Stinger 1, Ecstatic Awakener 2. I can see an argument for actually binning the Burn the Accursed. Yeah, we might draw into all the extra lands, but this is a tough one. Normally, the correct place to bin one land. And even then, which land do we bin? Well, technically, the correct one is because we only have one single red in our costs. And we drew the other one anyway. Okay, so there we go. What this actually opens us up to do is we can do a 1-2. We'll swing first. Our opponent could have Qatar's Commando, but that's only 3-1, and this will have first strike. Opponent is looking at it. The only combat trick I know in Dawnheart... Ooh, wow. I can still threaten to swing with this one because of the +2/+0. Let's see if our opponent... No, opponent smart, does not block. We will end up taking 3. Dawnheart Rejuvenator. Oh, that makes it harder for us because, well... Now the Burn the Accursed is really important. So... I could let this flip, but it really does nothing but deal 1 damage. The correct place to actually just play the Ecstatic Awakener. We can crack it right away, or we can just crack it end of turn. Like, or we can just block first, then crack. That probably makes a lot more sense. Opponent having a very fast start here. Ideally, also, I need to note that this is the color that's most likely to have a 5 toughness creature, so I might want to save it for then. Now, our opponent's likely to have a combat trick if they're swinging into this, so I'm going to actually block like this, go to damage, sack. This doesn't have trample at least. Sack this. Opponent might have Sun Gold Barrage, but you know what? That's fine. Because even if this does not transform, we still get to draw a card. Has the duel for dominance, that's fine. We still get to draw the card, so not too much of a big foul. Yeah, this one's super sketchy. I don't like firing this off too soon, but I kind of have to try anyway. Our opponent might have the combat trick. Flare of Fate, yeah. Okay, so they did have that. I should have waited, I guess. That because our opponent was down to 2 cards. It was slightly better than waiting, but now it's really bad. So we're pretty much into Chump Block Central. That said, I can drop Brimstone Vandal plus Lamphote plus another Voldaren Stingers. We will take 6, which is really bad. I'm actually gonna take 8. Because I am... Oh, also our opponent. Oh, wow. So I have to decide. I can also just drop Lamphote Harrier. Oh, wait, why did it tap like that? No. No, 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 no. You know what? Fine. Flip it today. There's only one flash creature, but you know what? I might just let these guys deal their damage. They have a duel for dominance. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, why did... Yeah, that... people have been saying that auto tapper has been bonkers, and I have to agree. Like, there was no reason for us to tap the double red there. We were kind of forced into that. If our opponent swings with the Dawnheart Rejuvenator, I probably just double block with with these two guys. It's a super feel bad, but also it's hard to say also because our opponents literally played only these two creatures, so it's very hard to decide how to board in removal. They might just be relying on Flare of Fate. Okay, no Flare of Fate there. Morning Patrol. So this is even worse when it flips, so... Okay. Seriously, Auto Tapper, what's wrong with you? Okay, here's the problem. If it flips, it's a 2-1 with flying, which is even worse. It's 2 damage either way. Opponent looks like... Oh wait, nope. Vigilance. I guess we take for now. They do have a follow-up spell. Contortionist Troop X equals 5. Oh wow, that's a disaster. I actually need to hold the Voldaren Stinger back now because that's the only guy with a chance of sniping the troop as it is. Opponent just gave up the 5-5 like that. Interesting. Okay, I still don't... Yeah, I still don't like playing Cathartic Fire in this because we have no way of blocking it. Maybe if I had more removal. Well, we know... Well, now that we know what the creatures our opponent has... Kinda still want more assistance here. Yeah, opponent's letting it go. We probably need to start holding onto lands. In case we do need to do the discard and draw. I'm actually surprised our... Yeah, the auto tapper is awfully weird. Okay, and let's see if our opponent has a trick. They could price snipe this. Yeah, they're gonna snipe with Duel of Dominance. We're gonna snipe back with Cathartic Pyre. Do they have a combat trick? I actually want them to use up their combat tricks. No, they... It also flips us into day. takes us to 9. If our opponent were to, say, drop for Morning Apparition... Nope, they're going Willow Geist and Morning Apparition. So it's a 2-2 Willow Geist. Okay. So we need to hit our additional removal here. Technically, I could have gone all... Now, this one is super sketchy. We are just holding back something from Willow Geist. Yeah, I'll accept that. Activate, discard, and draw. Meh. Yeah, I'm gonna pump this one a bit in case our opponent has yet another duel for dominant. They have 3 copies of duel? Okay, something to consider. We really want to have a lot of hard removal. How many creatures do they have? 1, 2, 3... They've only played 5 creatures. Now, if they have the pump effect, we're dead anyway, but it's not like we were gonna be able to block. Opponent goes Pestilent Wolf. They're probably gonna go for the all-out block. We're probably gonna go all out here. Like, they're not exactly forced to block everything. Also, I can... that Whisperer not so great. Not so great when I discarded the land. If I had discarded... But what was I going to do? Discard the Vampire Socialite? Okay, so this is a... Yeah, it's also very possible that they have removal, they block the 2 on the ground, I die in the air. There's nothing I can do about that. Nope, that's the expected one. Opponent activates Pestilent Wolf, so it only gets Death Touch, which is good. This one does not have Trample, but that's fine. They might... I'm really expecting them to have a combat trick after all the tricks that they've played. No, that's it. Gain 2 life. We will play the Vampire Socialite because it gives us a menace creature. And it makes the 5/4 into a reputable threat. Now, that said, they could still have something bigger, but they now need to block double menace at this point. Whew. So for those tuning in, we ended up drafting black-red again. So gone are the days of drafting blue-black. Technically, I could have, but okay, we got our... But this is draft challenge, so it's best of 3. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure if I want to put the foul play. I'm very sure I don't really want the Stolen Vitality at this point. Pax Betrayal does fit better here, so I will take that one in. Okay, our opponent did have a few 2x creatures, so that's something to consider. Famished Foragers did us good that time, but we probably want to cut it this time. Let's add the foul play. I usually end up cutting the Harvesttide Infiltrator as well. I could also just cut the Voldaren Stinger, but getting that 1-2 start is very important. Also, the other likelihood, yeah, Bat Whisper is also fine too, considering our opponent does have flying of a sort. Yeah, we'll lead with this one for now. I actually feel really tense here. The first match went 2-1. Won the first game off the back of Dreadhound. Second game was a bit sketchier. Okay, so we got removal on 2, curse on 3, so that should really keep us alive for a while. Bat Whisper on 4, but no real profit to that. Like, well, if this one flips, maybe we get some profit. So we'll do a keep here. Maybe we hit one of our 1-drops. Opponent leads on Lunar Veteran. We're hitting lands, so not good. Also, I really don't want to do Midnight Ambush on the Lunar Veteran. We probably want to do it on something else though. So I definitely want to do Curse of Leeches turn 3. Looks like our opponent is... Are they missing green? They could still have... looks like they are missing green. I needed you last turn. Where were you? Oh well. Target the player. Does our opponent have the Qatar? They might. If they do, they do. Generally, our opponent probably did not expect us to have this because, well, it is a rare after all. And then now we play Bat Whisper. All of us. Oh wow! Our opponent's in real trouble. Hold on. Considering how weird things are, let's play the red. That way we get Spell Rune Painter. Spell Rune Howler. Opponent's gonna chump, which is fine. End the turn. They finally hit their green mana. Take note, they missed 1, 2, 3. They missed about 3 turns before they did that. Yeah, I agree, it's very stressful. But you know what? That's how the cookie crumbles. That said, I feel like our opponent kept that was a bad... I was actually having a discussion earlier today about the mathematics of keeping stuff. Opponent leads into Pestilent Wolf, so it's gonna flip. Nuke this guy. Yeah, gain 1 life. Leeching Lurker becomes attached to a player. Oh yeah, so that's how it works. And this is still fine. Like, I can... Our opponent might just end up blocking something. Oh, they're just taking the bat token. Okay, that's fine. Then I can pass the turn, but as it is, it's actually... The Curse of Leeches is actually more dangerous as it is. So I'm actually gonna hold. Yeah, our opponent really got stuck on mana. More importantly, they missed on their secondary color. They do gain 3 life, so they're back up to 7. I can sack something with Ecstatic to Ecstatic Awakener. Actually, we can do that later. That's game. Our opponent, yeah, our opponent had no good outs there. We were gonna get the power eventually. Yeah, that was a good one. Not so great for our opponent. Yeah, generally, if you're missing your secondary color and you know this, and you're very familiar with the spread of your cards, the odds of actually drawing into your secondary color, let's say you have 8 lands in your secondary color, you don't have any of them in your opening hand, so you have about 33 cards left in your deck. The odds of actually drawing into one of those is like 20+%. So if if you need that secondary color anytime soon, that is scary. Especially in Midnight Hunt, where the... how do you say this? Where the mana fixing is atrocious. What's our mana fixing? Jack-o'-lantern, the Mystic Skull. It's slightly better in green, but it's still really bad. Oh yeah, and you also have the Evolving Wilds. So if you're missing any of those, your odds are technically worse. That said, we did hit our 2 wins, so that's good for us. We're gonna continue on. Doing reasonably well there. I think it also, I'm not too sure if it looked like white was our opponent's main color, which would make sense why they would keep it. But it is a risk. It looked like our opponent was 50-50 actually. We will play first. We will oh wow. Wait, now here's me talking about it. Do I keep this one? Okay, let's do some math here. We got 6 lands. We have 16, so it's 10 left. So we're 33% to draw a land. So it's 66% to draw something else. Most of our cards are 2 and 3 drops. I'm gonna try this, but honestly speaking, please don't try this at home if you are any bit squeamish. If this had not been a proactive card, if it had been anything else, I probably would have really reconsidered. Okay, not bad. We got the Vampire Socialite turn 2. Opponents in red-green, so Obsessive Astronomer. Opponent will not swing. We did hit their Moonrager Slash, so we actually have options here. I'm actually gonna swing. Let's see if our opponent offers the trade. They don't offer the trade. I also do not want to offer them the cards, so we're gonna snipe this right away. Yeah, because as soon as it transforms, this triggers. The value on this is when it triggers, so that's definitely something I don't want to give. Opponent has another Obsessive Astronomer. Well, we did draw another land there, so that's a bit of an issue. And this one only benefits other vampires, so Harvest Tide Infiltrator not getting some. Our opponent is stuck at 2 mana though, so they might have been relying on that mill to draw into more cards. They might even skip if they're missing land drops. Yeah, they're gonna skip. They needed that land. They could still have a combat trick though. Oh yeah, they needed the lands. So we're swinging with only Harvest Tide Assailant. If our opponent has a combat trick, no, they did not. I'm gonna buff this guy a bit. I'm pretty sure our opponent hit a land at that point. If they did not hit a land, F's in the chat. Nope, they hit a land. So there we go. Our opponent is now live. Okay, this is technically a tree. Oh, they're dropping multiples. They're going to draw and discard again. Like, I might end up just swinging with Harvest Tide Info. Oh, wow, they're really discarding all them creatures. I could use some of that trick too. So let's see. If I swing with... Our opponent could block. But here's the thing. If they block with the 2... I'm actually fine with swinging with everything. it's sketchy, but here's the thing. Our opponent's best block is like Obsessive and Lamphold on the Socialite. Oh no, they're just gonna trade 2 for 1. Oh, they're trading it all. Okay, that's fine. I'll play the land. Definitely want to hit 6 lands at least. But that clears out our opponent's board. That said, our opponent is getting closer. Brimstone Vandal. They need to cast another spell to flip today. They do not have it. Oh, we did hit the Dreadhound. Oh, I made a mistake. If our opponent had the trick, I should have played the Dreadhound first. That was a mistake. Moonrager Slash. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have played the Dreadhound first. That would have dealt more damage. Ooh, 2. Shame that we lost the Curse of Leeches, but opponent's is actually very close. They hit Famished Foragers to no benefit. They could actually will swing, but we will just Cathartic Pirate this right away. If our opponent has a combat trick to save it, so be it. Oh no, good game. Okay, so we got through that first one. We did misplay on the Dreadhound. That was a desperation maneuver. I should also pay attention. Let's see. Our opponent had creatures that were relatively big. They did have a lot of Obsessive Astronomers. So the foul play actually comes in. Voldaren Stinger still fine. Interloper still fine. Famished Foragers comes out. Harvest Tide Infiltrator comes out. Pax Betrayal, still questionable. I'll probably add it afterwards. Actually, no. Stolen Vitality comes out. Harvest Tide Infiltrator comes back in. If we lose, I will add Pax Betrayal in. I'm just generally waiting to see what are their biggest threats. So far, the biggest threat they have is... Okay, we'll still keep this one because we at least have both colors. We can Lamphold into Brimstone. Yeah, let's save the Vampire Socialite for a while. Opponent hit their Brimstone Vandal. We'll cry foul. So if our opponent doesn't drop a turn 4 blocker, we can... Ardent Elementalist gets nothing back. Let's see if our opponent blocks. Yeah, they're just gonna block. That's kind of fine, I guess, because it sets us up for well, I kind of want to save Socialite, but you know what? I also kind of want to draw a card. Yeah, we'll do Socialite first. End the turn. It's very greedy, but we have the Dreadhound already, so the incentive is on us to draw cards. Curse of Leeches is also good, so is that... So we'll swing. Okay, opponent takes. Yeah, we'll drop Curse of Leeches first. That should buy us quite a bit of time. Opponent could have returned to nature, though we did not exactly play anything of that. They do have a Tovolar's Huntmaster, so things are dicey now. We have our own Dreadhound, which is good news. Our opponent could have a fight effect, so that would be a really big issue. Now I wish I had Defenestrate. Opponent has Thermo Alchemist. Very weird. Opponent's probably gonna hold back because this is only ETB right now. Yeah. Probably should also start holding back too. So definitely want to play into this one. I really don't want the Tovolar's Huntmaster to flip, but I don't exactly have much of a choice. I also don't want to swing into that. Opponent could ping us to get some benefit, but it's technically even for us. It's still negative for our opponent. Yeah, Tovolar's Huntmaster, very good pick. They're flooding. Well, we're flooding too. Oh, they even have Arlen. Nice, 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 nice. So what do? You make more wolves. If they start swinging with wolves, oh, okay, that's the end of it. So nothing flips. Well, nothing flips. We have a Burn the Accursed. Super sketchy. I want to see how the... Okay, opponent has to double block that. So, single block. Can't block. Oh, they're gonna do a double block. So remember, damage to Tovolar. Oh, they're rethinking this. He might just trade Tovolar with Dreadhound. Okay, that's still fine. So Socialite deals damage to Tovolar's Huntmaster. Yep. And the wolf is fine. Actually, our opponent could have a Kessig Naturalist, but we are about to technically... Well, technically our opponent does not have cards. And how many triggers is that? 6 triggers. Opponent needs to have an answer soon. Wow, we survived the Tovolar. Yeah, it was a necessary Banzai charge. Yeah, that's correct. We definitely had to Banzai charge that one. Opponent is gonna flip. No, opponent's gonna concede. Whew, we survived Arlen. We survived Tovolar's Huntmaster. Mythic Uncommon, baby. Mythic Uncommon. Dreadhound, best boy. Good boy. Yeah, really loving that one. So we did make our 3 wins. So we can relax a bit in a sense. No more, not too much pressure anymore. But we'll see if we can still get that. We'll see if we can get how far we can go. Let's keep going there. Wow. We technically already broke even at that point. We technically more than broke even in a sense because... Oh, no. We technically broke even because we got 2 draft tokens, which is the cost of 3,000 gems. The packs are gravy. This one is admittedly sketchy because we only have like a Vampire Socialite and a Stolen Vitality. Our opponent's on the keep. Yeah, this is super sketchy. The only reason I'm thinking of keeping this is because we have both our colors. Missing a color is probably worse than missing a land drop. We got the Voldaren Stinger turn 1. And okay, now this, if we had this in hand, we would have really kept it a lot faster. Be careful. So we got our super fast start. Next turn we drop the Stormkirk Bloodteeth. Opponent drops a Hound Tamer. Now technically I can swing with both, then yeah, opponent's not gonna block because it's an onboard combat trick. Yeah, now that is a fast start. Opponents running Evolving Wilds, so they do have bigger things. But generally, okay, they might have a Moonrager Slash, so we're probably gonna lose one of these guys. Unnatural Moonrise. Going for the card draw, which makes sense. I will. They already played the land. They would need a 1-drop. If our opponent goes for Moonrager Slash, we do have a combat trick. Now the target is meaningless here because it enters Night Sight. Okay, we put on Socialite. We are taking a risk by keeping this at as a 2/2, but if they're casting mana on small removal, they're not. Oh wow, 4 colors. Very interesting. They might have a clear shot which will snipe our Leeching Lurker, but they will need to hold back. Dual Craft Trainer. Yeah, our opponent is all over the place. And just pump for good measure. Yeah, leave no damage on behind. There we go. Wow. I'm actually concerned about for our opponent. I usually don't recommend 3-color in a format that... Oh. But here's the thing. I have no real clue what creatures our opponent has. Do I board in the foul play? Our opponent has a bunch of 3x power creatures, so that makes it sketchy, but it's actually good enough to... Now we board in the Pax Betrayal. We still cut the Famished Foragers. We still keep the Burn the Accursed. I guess we cut the Harvest-Tide Infiltrator for a foul play for... No, we keep the Harvest-Tide Infiltrator. Stolen Vitality is still kind of fine. But I would not be surprised... No, if our opponent's running 4 colors, it can't be for removal. It's usually for creatures because if you're running it for removal, you're really in trouble. That said, I do have to consider that that's what maybe they're doing. I think I will put 1 foul play in though. 4 colors, yeah. I would say it's admittedly very dangerous to do 4 colors. Like it's okay. I'm only keeping this because we have the 1 swamp. Opponent is... It looks like they are main white after all. So that... Actually, no, I have no idea what they are main. I know I can't Cathartic Pyre. Okay, I can Cathartic Pyre. Yeah, I guess we are... We're gonna pass for now. We'll see what else our opponent has. I might just drop Curse of Leeches, though they already know we have it. Qatar's Call. Oh, perfect. Oh, and for the record, Qatar's Call is not a splashable card. It's horrible. We do hit a Siege Zombie, but we will wait on this. So at least opponent hits Dual Craft Trainer. We are a ways away. I could make this flip, but it's actually concerning. I'm actually gonna just drop creatures. If only to block the Chaplain at Alms. Because it's a lot easier to protect the Curse of Leeches as long as they're cursed. We'll take the tree. Let's see what our opponent's combat trick is. I know if it's burned, if they do it on Chaplain at Alms, we are giving up something because I can't. Oh no, they're just taking it. Oh, they're taking it big. So we're gonna pass because we know our opponent is. Yeah, if you like to run this one, you probably will run more than one. Brimstone Vandal, that's actually fine. I'm actually gonna pass. Because taking 6 right just taking 6 right now doesn't really mean much. Okay, we lost one creature, we lost one removal spell. We are swinging with everything. That's fine. Okay, opponent's down to 2. This is looking really bad for our opponent. We have a Lamphold Harrier which we can use to set up blocks. Well, deny blocks at least. The opponent concedes there. Yeah, they did not have enough. If they cast 2, we would have Leeching Lurker. Yeah, they had no blockers for the air. Whew! That was very, very tense, but we got our 4th win. 2 more to go. Yeah, everyone's sleeping on Vamps, but then again, I haven't actually gotten a chance to draft White-Blue. And from what I hear, it's actually quite good. So, 3 draft tokens, definitely more than enough. This is going to be a long video, guys. We're already at 1.5 hours. I think we only had one 2-1 finish. Everything else was some 2-0s. Or did we have 2-2-1 finishes? Yeah, the games start blending together at a certain point. 3 tokens, 10 packs, groovy. I can't complain anymore. Okay, I can start complaining now. This is what we call an auto mulligan. It's bound to happen. Be glad it's a best of 3. This one is super sketchy, but after taking 1 mulligan, we do have to kind of take the second one. Fortunately, we have to give up on Good Boy. The only reason I'm willing to keep this is because Cathartic Pyre for the discard and draw. Did our opponent mulligan once or twice? Yeah, this is the sketchy part when you know you're... Oh, they mulligan twice. It's even harder for them. Well, they might... It's hard to say if it's harder or not. Okay, we did get double Cathartic Pyre. So we can hold up a burn spell for the time being and then decide afterwards. Let's see. Malevolent Hermit. Not letting that stay. We have too many... Yeah, Spell Rune Painter. We'll pass. I will definitely mill the Interloper and the Brimstone Vandal. End of turn. Oh, opponent's stuck too. Okay. Could they have been next? Ooh, not good. Not good, not good at all. Wow. Our opponent missed 1 land drop, but they got it now. So we need to hit our land drop, or else, well, We knew the risk, but we already took one mulligan there. Well, can we clip that? Oh wow! You know what? We're gonna keep going because I want to see more of our opponent's hand. I want to see what our opponent has. Organ Hoarders, so they're definitely heavy on blue. They are running a lot of smaller cards, so foul play comes in. They're also running... Wait a minute, that's a white card. So are they missing white? They're running a bad special. Okay, we finally hit this. And unfortunately, I will need to cast this to get something to flip. Yeah, let's just cast this for now. But buy ourselves a little time. Because it looks like our opponent's running a triple is running 3 colors, so they might have some issues. Nope, they don't. They hit it. Dude, please don't tell me they have... Well, they could have Geist Wave, which is fine. They could have Qatar Commando, which... I need to also determine which is their splash color. Because for the looks of it, blue is their main, despite the number of forests they played. Now, everything has Ward 1, so that's a bit sketchy. It means this also has Ward 1, so... Yeah, I still can't cast Spell Rune. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered that much. I'm actually going to stop at our opponent's upkeep. Yeah, I'm going to stop at our opponent's upkeep. Let's see if they have a way to protect. Oh, they might have a way to protect this. Also, by making it -2, by making it go to night, it would a combat trick would not protect it. It will have to be actual counterspell or something. Okay, our opponent might have Sun Gold at this point. They did hit all their mana now. They definitely want to flip into day. I am gonna take the hit. Leeching Lurker is too valuable right now to lose to a combat trick. Search Party Captain, draws a card, sure. Devoted Graphkeeper, so it flips back. Mills 2 cards. So attached to this guy again. Fortunately, I do need to cast a creature. We are taking quite a lot of damage here. I could just double cast Vampire Socialite and Voldaren Stinger to kind of block the Devoted Craftkeeper, for example, in the Organ Hoarder. Well, I actually could do that with Siege Zombie instead of Vampire Socialite. Yeah, we need... But now that I know our opponent has a lot of small creatures, including the Dawnheart Mentor, it's really a Coven deck of sorts. We can board in both foul plays. It's also, yeah, it's also looking like something's wrong with our opponent's mana at this rate. It looks like they might have had an even triple split. Candle Trap. What's this? Prevent all damage that would be dealt by enchanted creature. Oh, just exiles it anyway. Okay, that's fine. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're dead. Oh, we're not dead. I forgot Lorder Zombie has Defender. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, force the chump block, not good. But now that we know what our opponent has, we can play accordingly now. Assuming we don't get messed up on mana again. Lunar Veteran. Okay, so they are main... They have way too many forests for a main green, so that's a good game. Let's go to the next one. We're definitely boarding all them foul plays. This is what I was talking about. White-blue is probably the one deck everyone is kind of sleeping on. So we're gonna cut some of our more expensive cards. Cut the Famished Forager. Cut the Stolen Vitality. Let's see. Should I cut anything else? Probably not. I like everything else so far. There's an argument for Pax Betrayal is interesting, but everything looks awfully small, so it's hard to justify. Vengeful Strangler, also hard to justify. Yeah, because everything's quite small. It does mean we... Yeah, we'll probably keep it as this. So playing from behind, it's not exactly a great feeling, because even if we win this one, we are at a disadvantage after that. Definitely keeping this one. Stinger into Interloper is always very good. I also don't like that I showed that we have 2 copies of Cathartic Pyre. At least we kept the Moonrager Slashes, so that's hidden at least. Cut the 5-drop removal. I am interested. I considered that, but our opponent does have a 0 force. Okay, so we're not hitting with Stinger, but we are hitting with Interloper. The next turn we can swing with Stinger because swing with Stinger, threat of activation, then we can probably play Spell Rune Painter. We need to dump as many creatures on board as possible. Opponent has blue-white, Devoted Draftkeeper, Mills, Forest, and Candle Trap, thank goodness. Okay, play the land first. Oh, there's a little bit of lag here. Opponent probably lets this go. Okay, they let it go. We'll play the Spell Rune Painter first. Keep the aggro coming in. Yeah, threat of activation. Basically, if they know that we can make this into a 3/1, it limits what they can do with the larger zombie. Yeah, I was thinking of if we get to a next game and it looks like all our opponent's creatures are really small, I will cut the 5-drop for a Stolen Vitality, perhaps. I think I might have extra I'll see if I have extra creatures. Oh. Dude, this is not a good time to... Okay, there you go. Our opponent was deciding on what their land should be. That probably means they have an untapped land, but they're missing colors. They definitely go for green. It's also possible, yeah, they definitely go for green. That's why, if you're running 3 colors, that's the #1 reason to run Evolving Wilds. You're missing a color. Yeah, I think they were concerned that they were gonna be missing stuff. So we're gonna swing with all... We're gonna swing with all 3. Again, threat of activation. Again, Curse of Leeches on standby. Ooh. They might have a response, which would be annoying. I can't do anything if they have a response, but I would rather that they do the response now. Okay, that's fine. At the cost of a Voldaren Stinger, I'm actually perfectly fine with that. Opponent now incentivized to cast 2 spells back to back. They still don't have an answer for our Vampire Interloper yet. No, I don't okay, shall be sighting. No, I don't believe it's roping. I believe it's it's really the decision making can be hard. Okay, opponent holding back. Well, we're not swinging with the spell rune howler this time. We do need to play lands though, even because if we draw Cathartic Pyre, I'm more likely to just shoot our opponent with it. Borrow time. Ooh, nice. Bye-bye, Leeching Lurker. Well, it wouldn't have mattered which version it was. We would have lost it anyway. Harvest Heights Sentry. Nice. They get to flip it now. So we take... Our opponent swings with this one. Pretty much we're racing with Vampire Interloper. Okay, we hit the Brimstone Vandal. So it's... Opponent has to keep casting spells. Now, they have 5 mana, so it's easy. They just need to cast one just to prevent it going to night. Organ Hoarder. Okay, that's fine. So they have Coven, so we can't block this one at all. We're taking 3 guaranteed. If our opponent swings with... If our opponent swings with this one, do we double block or do we just take Lunarch Veteran? Okay, we double block if we do, because... Yeah, our opponent most likely just swings with this one. Yep, that's the expected one. Hit our Moonrager Slash. So we're actually going to save the Moonrager Slash here. Also, we get to flip. Let's see if they have a wait. Yeah, Brimstone. Jericho, now that was for you. Telling me that I could aim to the face. Thank you for reminding me that time, because it was really important this time. Okay, so we are 1-1. Let's see. They don't exactly have a big creature, you're right, but... Pax Betrayal is not such a great help. Vengeful Strangler gives us a cheap creature that eventually becomes removal. Just awfully weird. Would I rather have that over Stolen Vitality? Yeah, if I cut, it's generally for a creature. I could also go Rotten Reunion. Yeah, actually, we'll put the Rotten Reunion in now because our opponent already illustrated that they have a lot of flashback cards. So we have good targets already. So this is make or break for us. We could lose this one, but you know what? Let's end. Well, our opponent also took a mulligan, so all is fair. Okay. We will keep this one. Again, Good Boy goes to the yard, but we now have multiple options. We're going to keep 6 as well. I might just... Do I want to just use this immediately? Probably not. In fact, I want to keep the Rotten Reunion in hand because that's a good Cathartic Pyre discard target. Oh, come on. Sequencing's so wrong. Okay, first person to draw a land wins. Well, it might have a start, though. Ooh, nice. They hit all their colors. But they're skipping on drops. Okay, we did hit our land. That's nice. I think they have a flip the switch. Yeah, we need, if they have it, we need to force them to cast it right away. No, is it flip the switch or bar the gate? Flip the switch, yeah. If they, I figured they'd have a flip the switch. I have to force them to cast it right away. I could have just left it stranded, but it's going to become a problem eventually, so I need to cast it when it doesn't matter. So, 3/3 zombie. No, the 3/4 is an issue. That said, we do have a trick here. They're not going to see this coming. Opponent is hitting all their mana, so it is, but they seem to not be playing anything, which is also a concern. So against swing, I do want to get day and night triggered already. I might just play the Curse of Leeches just to get that started. Our opponent does have a borrowed time, but you know what? It is what it is. So we are on the lookout for creatures with Disturb because that's the best Rotten Reunion target. Okay, I knew they had the borrowed time. It was definitely expected. Yeah, let that go. The important thing is we already have day night triggered, so, and they're kind of flooding, but it's still not an easy out for us. Again, swing. Yeah, I definitely want to flood the border now. Opponent goes Organ Hoarder, digging for cards. Now, a trick we can do if we're willing to give up on mana is to just have Lambhold Harrier keep this guy from blocking and just swing with everything. Though I think what I'm gonna do... Okay, opponent is gonna cast one of these. Yep, there's the Luminous Phantom. So we're gonna Rotten Reunion the other one right away. Actually, again, our opponent could do a double block. No, they're just gonna take. So I'm gonna stop an opponent's upkeep because I definitely don't want them casting Chaplain of Alms. Because that really messes up my mana. Larder Zombie, that's fine. They're yet to cast a big creature. So what I might do is I might actually just Midnight Ambush the Luminous Phantom just to keep the aggro going. Opponent could have a pump trick, but that wouldn't help because it's nighttime. So now that lets Interloper punch through. Do I want to do it again? Not quite yet. Oh, we also hit a foul play as well. Perfect. And again, threat of activation still real. So we could I'm technically gonna swing with the zombie too. The only creature that benefits is Ecstatic Awakener. So I want to go for the extra damage first. And if we need to have... Our opponent can block with Hoarder, we activate, they do a combat trick, which is fine. Because their cards are so few already at this point. Well, technically so are ours, but their board position's not very good. Yeah, they have a trick. Let's force them to use it. Flare of Fate, perfectly fine. Opponent goes Shadow Beast Sighting. We have our Rotten Reunion target now. Opponent can swing at Organ Hoarder, so I will have to decide if I want to block with Lamphold Harrier. Probably not. I'll take the 6. It's very. Like, I can swing with this, prevent it from blocking, but I kind of want to draw a card. Actually, we can just do it in... So we take 7. No, we need to hold back. So let's crack, draw a card. Not so great. Not so great for our opponent either. Yeah, we're gonna trade. Not liking it, but we do kind of a... Yeah, good thing I remembered that about the Rotten Reunion. Otherwise, it would have been really rotten. So we finally hit our... Okay, opponent goes... We're gonna still preserve this land here. Okay, so for those tuning in, we... Okay, so opponent has Coven, has the mana to activate. So if they swing, I take it. Technically, they can... Yeah, I have to take it. That's the problem. If they activate it now, it just puts me down to 4. Oh no. Okay, so I have to swing with both. I cannot hold back. I have to force a trade, even if it's just taking this one out. If our opponent tops decks a creature of any power toughness, we lose. I'm actually fine with that block. If our opponent has a way to nuke the token, we're dead. Does this have trample? This doesn't. Do they have a way? No way. If it's the flashback card, it's sorcery speed. Oh wait, do they have the Flare of Fate? They could pump this one. Do they have it? Come on. Blessed Defiance. Oh, Lifelink. And a Spirit Token. Oh wait, no Spirit Token, but we... have to hold back now. At least we got rid of... Opponent goes Malevolent Hermit. If our opponent swings, they know we're gonna block. We're gonna go down to 2, which is scary, but wow, we kind of got flooded near the end there. Yeah, that's good game. Yeah, sometimes it's not meant to be. We were kind of hoping on Cathartic Pirates to help us draw into more, but sometimes it doesn't really pan out. But that was a very good one. It was quite close. So we will take our loss like a champ. So yeah, could use a better meeting than that. So we have up to 2 possible matches. Any loss is our last here. Yeah. Wait. Or Oreo Donaldson. Hello to you too. Yeah. If thank you for liking the stream. Also, if you're tuning, yes, well, you're tuned in right now. What am I saying? So we are doing draft challenge. We got 5. I think we got 4 wins and 1 loss. Okay, we're definitely keeping this. The prop and so any loss could be our last. Oh, thank you also for sharing the stream, my friend. There you go. That's a good start. We are main red, so keep that in mind a bit. Opponent. Yeah, we'll do Cathartic Pyre now because I want to play Harvest Infiltrator next turn. Oh wow, maybe I should have saved that Cathartic Pyre. If our opponent has some sort of response, it is what it is. This grows to a 4/4, but it's not the best. Oh no, no, seriously, thank you very much. Thank you to all who shares the stream, to all who says likes, to all who talks to me during the stream. I really mean it. Thank you guys very much. Even to those who are watching, but not exactly communicating. Still, thank you very much, guys. Opponent might be missing their secondary color, or that could be their secondary. They're missing their primary. Okay, so I'm sure Blood Thief always grows itself. Ooh. Opponent does have a decision to make. They can play something. They kind of have to decide if they want to play something. Dawnheart Rejuvenator. We're not sniping that, so yeah, we'll let that resolve. Swing with both. Opponent just taking this. They suspected I might have a combat trick. I did. I did not feel like using it though. And now we have 2 4/4s. Oh, they finally hit their mana, so it's green-blue again. Now, knowing that they missed it for quite a while, it looks like blue might be the main color. Running monocolors, but it's... Yeah, usually when you... Let's see, our opponent had the 2-drop into a 4-drop. Yeah, actually green is the most likely color to be monocolored because pretty much it's definitely not the best color. Revenge of the Drowned. Yeah, sure. Reset the world. Put on the top. Yeah, sure. Put on top. Opponent has a Silver Bolt. Ugh. So it's gonna shrink this guy, which is a problem. It's a mistiming. That's the thing. I can't fire off now because it does nothing. Now I can still swing with this. If our opponent blocks, this allows trample damage to get through. Our opponent can still snipe it though. That's the bad part. But it definitely forces them to do it now. If it's another Tovolar's Huntmaster, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Yeah, there was no way around that. Eccentric Farmer. Okay, so it's green-blue flashback stuff. Ooh, they lost another Eccentric Farmer, but they lost quite a few lands. They did hit the second dude that they needed. We hit Moonrager Slash, which I don't quite want to cast yet. I'm hoping that by passing this, I did not just trigger our opponent's werewolves. It didn't look like they had any, but they could have one now. It's not going to shrink the werewolf. It straight up kills it. Yeah, that's why I figured, you know what, let's just go for it. Let's just force them to use it elsewhere. We'll take the 2. Let's see what our opponent's follow-up plays are. Tireless Hauler. Oh, wow. Not so good. We hit the Siege Zombie. Not the best thing. Not the best thing when you're coming from behind. This might be our swan song, guys, because well, technically what I should... Okay. Organ Hoarder. Okay. Yeah, they're just... Green-blue is defensible if you don't have all the hard removal. Okay, since I know they have big werewolves, but they also have a lot of X2s. Okay, not quite a lot of X2s, but they do have a good number of them. I kind of want to keep the other Moonrager Slash at this point. Yeah, we're flooding anyway, so we're gonna say good game. We're gonna go to the next one. We really need an aggressive start. So that said, foul play is still valuable. Vengeful Strangler actually becomes valuable now. They're not putting those. There's an argument for putting that, but let's see. Pax Betrayal 2. Wait, maybe not the Strangler. Strangler's fine if our opponent's just down to like 1 creature. Cut the Foragers, cut the Harvest-Tide Infiltrator. Yeah, we kind of need to land a lot of removal, but we'll see. At the very least, we actually have our own Silverbolt. Oh wow, I forgot. We had our own Silverbolt. Rotten Reunion, not quite useful here so far, but we might see cards that make it useful. Definitely playing first. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh no! We have to... Okay guys, this is the end of this video. It's not meant to be, but you know what? I will take 4 wins. It's actually fine. Okay, this is much better. We're gonna keep the 5. We're gonna put 2 lands in the bottom. Now drawing 2. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this one under normal circumstances. But hey, you never know. We might be able to ding our opponent for 9 more times. 8 more times. Now technically we have an extra clock, but Moonrager Slash is most likely gonna kill a creature at this point. Organ Hoarder, so they are gonna draw a card. Let's see, if they actually have flashback cards, then we move the Rotten Reunion in. Probably cut. Okay, Lamphole Harrier it is. Now it's also possible the foul play doesn't do much. We might end up having to use it on our own creature if we need to draw a card that badly. Opponent. Root Coil Creeper. Oh, that's a good target. Come on, drop something else. This is hard. I wish I drew another land because I know Flip the Switch is... I know Flip the Switch is a 4 mana payment to prevent the counter effect. Duel for Dominance. Okay, that's fine. Ooh. So, Forced Early Fire. Duel for Dominance actually quite good. Opponent hits a Phantom Carriage. Yikes. Flashback or disturb and put in graveyard. They probably have something to that effect. But yeah, they hit their man. We were also down 2 cards from the very beginning. Yeah, might as well pump. Our hand is empty. It's our only chance to win at this point. Opponent hits another land. Oh, it's red. But they go for the Shadow Beast sighting. Our opponent could double block. Not a good time to be... Gonna swing with both. I think our opponent ends up double blocking the Voldaren Stinger. That's correct. Which means we take out the Phantom Carriage. Now we'll see if we can keep up. We just need 3 hits. Or 1 hit and a Moonrager slash... Oh no, Ominous Roost. And this can block flyers. So I need to clear it out as well. I need to decide if I want to hold the Moonrager Slash or not. Because let's see, it's whenever it enters or you cast a spell from a graveyard. They don't have any more spells from the graveyard, so we're gonna pass. Because I might just wait for a Burn the Accursed into a Moonrager Slash. Path to the Festival with Flashback, they will get another token. Our best bet is to draw our extra removal at this point. We're just waiting to see if our opponent makes some sort of mistake here. I know they will swing on bottom, that's for sure. They might even swing both, which would be fine, I guess? They probably won't. Well, it's all I got, so I'm gonna go for it. Nope, hit land. Yeah, very sketchy, but we got... Oh, and they have a Dawnheart Rejuvenator, so they can go back up to 5. Yeah, this is it. Looks like it's game over for us. I was thinking of that, but I kind of wanted a lot more removal. Maybe I would cut the Vengeful Strangler for the Rotten The thing with Rotten Reunion is, yeah, it gets us zombies. It would have kind of helped in this case. Light up the... Oh, wow. They really had it. Yep. That would have been the case. But it is what it is. That one felt really... We ended on a bit of a sour note. But you know what? Let's count our blessings. We may not have gotten all the way like the last draft challenge, but we definitely made more than our entry fee back. And then some. Like, 3 draft tokens is still 3 draft tokens, and 10 packs is still 10 packs. We'll take our winnings here. And be happy with it. So, there you go. I'm gonna say that's it, but you know what? Let's also crack some packs because people like to see people cracking packs. And we got so many packs to crack here. But well, and nothing wrong with a mythic wild card to start off. I'll take that as a good consolation prize. Yuan T Malison's also good. Anyway, also first of all, I want to say again many thanks to Oreo Donaldson, James McMillan, Joel P. Alheli, Cody Moylenberg, Tim Sopcat, Jericho Ilagan. One more draft? Dude, it's already 2 hours. It's actually very close to midnight at this point. I can't do a second draft. I'm really sorry. I probably will do another draft. I probably will have to do it next week. I've been on for 2 hours already. I'm very sorry, Oreo. I really would love to. You know what? Nobody wants to see the uncommons. Let's just crack them all. First Unnatural Growth. Another Champion's good. Grafted Identity. Yeah, I always get Grafted Identities. Another Gissa is nice. There you go. But there you go, guys. That's it. yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode, the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. I did hit a milestone in YouTube. I finally hit 100 subscribers, and no one disappeared quite yet. But you know what? It doesn't matter how many I get. To each and every one of you guys, thank you so much. And that's gonna be it. I wish you guys all a great week ahead. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.